All right, back with another video today. This one's going to be fun. This one's going to be exciting. We're going to get a little philosophical, but we'll also be very practical. So today we're going to be talking about growth hacking, the Canvas strategy, and bootstrapping yourself to monthly recurring revenue with a service-based business. All right, so I'm going to share growth hacking and bootstrapping strategy with you. Why? I'm focused on different types of projects at the moment, so I don't have time to focus on this type of stuff. This strategy has limited scale and it caps out at a certain point. The clients that fall into this strategy are no longer my target market, and even if they were, it would be impossible to service them all. So hopefully, if you're interested, you'd be able to use the strategy and pick up a few clients this way. And finally, if you're ready to go get it, I want to connect with you. I posted something earlier in the year about, having the right environment and constructing networks of people that are enthusiastic about accomplishing things. And I've had help in the past. I've had a lot of good people that I've had the opportunity to work with that you could say have acted as mentors to me. So I'd like to kind of kick it back and offer something out there to people who may be in a similar spot to where I was a few years ago. All right, so a little bit more context on what you'll be doing here. So this relies on the Canvas strategy. So I recommend going over to Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss and reading Ryan Holiday's entry. There's a few really good quotes here that summarize the Canvas strategy. It's about providing the support so others can be good. You find canvases for other people to paint on. You be an antiambulo, hope I'm saying that correctly, and you clear the path for people, and by doing so, you'll create a path for yourself. Imagine if for every person you met, you thought of some way to help them, something you could do for them, and you looked at it in a way that was that entirely benefited them and not you. The cumulative effect this would have over time would be profound. You'd learn a great deal by solving diverse problems. You'd develop a reputation for being indispensable. You'd have countless new relationships, and you'd have an enormous bank of favors to call upon down the road. Please excuse the typos here. The typos aren't too important. Rather, the message is what's important here. So again, if you don't already have it, get yourself a copy of Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, and definitely check out Ryan Holiday's entry in there. Okay, so the next part here, I want to share a secret with you, and it's not a complete secret. Right. So I want to share a secret with you, and it's not a complete secret. People know about this. It's somewhat known, but I think in the use case that I'll be showing, it's a little bit unique. But if you want to grow, you need to know how to master distribution. So Reid Hoffman and Chris, again, apologize for the typos. So got that fixed in there. Reid Hoffman and Chris, in blitzscaling, one of the growth factors that they mention is leveraging existing networks. So you want to tap into existing networks to distribute your product. An example is PayPal used eBay to grow, and then Airbnb used Craigslist to grow. And this is something you can do too. It doesn't require a ton of effort to figure it out or to leverage this type of thought for your own endeavors. I'll share a Craigslist board scraper I built in 2020 to find companies to pitch agency services to. And you can use this to capture existing demand with high intent. And you can use the canvas strategy here. And the secondary effect is that you'll build up your MRR, your monthly recurring revenue. Okay, so a brief outline of how this works. So again, we're using R here to do the scrape. People and companies that need marketing services, they post on the marketing, I guess, topics on the various local Craigslist boards. The good thing about marketing, especially digital, you don't have to be in a market to service a customer. You can do this online. You can do this over the internet. So it's something that you're not geographically constrained. It's something that you can look at many different boards, the many different local boards that are available on Craigslist, and you can kind of go in there and use it to scrape all the board links, and then you can manipulate the query string to remove post titles you don't want to see. There's a few in there that are not relevant to services that you can offer, but we'll take those out and we'll make it clean. If you can respond quickly and pitch effectively, then you'll be able to generate deals. And I'll tell you now, these probably won't be premium deals, but remember, you're doing this with the canvas strategy in mind, to build your skills, to build up your experience, and build relationships for the long term. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into the R file. It looks something like this. I'll go ahead and post this on GitHub. Yeah, so what's going on here? Just a brief background. We're formatting query strings, and we're appending this to the different board URLs. So what you'll see here, the common pattern is the search/mar for the marketing boards. And then you'll see in the query, you can remove different words. Like here, it's kind of ironic with the title of this video, since we're discussing the canvas strategy. But canvassing in marketing means something slightly different. And then, there's other things here too that we're removing, like coordinator, appointment, sales, intern, telemarketing, agency. There's a few things in there that we're removing. You'll see that there's an original query string here too, and it had the format equals RSS. This is going to be included in the file that gets spit out, but some of like the next level stuff was to get the RSS feeds and then drop them into an RSS feed reader like Feedly. And that's something I did try for some time, but what Craigslist will do, like if there's too many people using the RSS feature, at least back in 2020, they would throttle it, and they just would stop you from using it, or stop the RSS feeder from using it altogether. So thought it was a good idea, but there was just so much information coming in that they decided to stop it. But you can still use this strategy with the links that are spit out, and we'll run through an example afterwards. But yeah, so that's what's going on there with the query strings. And then we're reading in a local copy of the Craigslist webpage. So let me go ahead and pull that up. So here it's just a local copy. You'll see I saved the site to my computer. This is a local directory. I think, save as, like you right click and save it as from Chrome or whatever browser you're using. And then you'll see how it's set up. There's many different boards here in the US, and I think there's a couple for some other countries, Canada and Europe, APAC, Middle East. Yeah, so there's options here. And pretty much to explain scraping here, these are structured in the HTML, and we can use CSS selectors to kind of pull out the details within the structure using those CSS selectors. So let me head back over to the R code, and that's what's going on here. Again, it's not super important. Like what's really important here is the output that we get. So if we do this, if we were to run this code, there's a few things that it depends on. Rio, Arvest. But yeah, so if we were to run this code, the output that we would get would end up looking like, let me go ahead and pull it up. Okay, let's get that pulled up. It'll end up looking like this. So we have the names of the different markets. We have the URLs for those specific markets. And then we'll have a link to web pages here. And then a link to RSS. So if you'd like to try the RSS, go for it. Give it a try. I think you may run into the same issue I ran into. But if you want to do this, it's a little bit more manual, but you can click into these, and there's a few markets that definitely will make sense. So let me just look through here. Let's see. Let's do LA. So let's see what pops up for LA. So we'll click the web pages column for Los Angeles, and then just go ahead and copy this. We'll head over to our web browser, and then we'll paste this in. And then you'll see here the link. It's what we need. It's a search within the marketing/advertising tab for the Los Angeles board, and then we see recent results, and it takes out any terms that we don't want here that aren't super applicable to agency services. So let's take a look. This one isn't necessarily what you're looking for. Not that one, but check this one out. Social media marketers needed. So you could, let's look through a few more just to run through to show like what we can see. Let's see. Social media marketing, Google search ads marketer, social media manager. So there's options in here. Definitely options for whatever you're trying to do. Different services that you might be interested in pitching. Okay, so let's hop into this one. Let's open it up. So this client here, they're looking to promote their course to artists, looking for skills in social media content creation, organic and paid promotion, can be part-time or side hustle. And then you don't have to have an interest in art, but if you do, it helps. So like this is a really good opportunity for you to go in here and practice the Canvas strategy. So, go ahead and make your account, and then you'd go ahead and hit reply, send over your pitch, make sure it's buttoned up, make sure it's solid, make sure you have a clear value proposition, and make sure it's easy for the poster to get back in touch with you. Yeah, but there's an example, and you can do this for the multiple boards. It doesn't just have to be LA. There's many different boards, as you see. Check in every day or so, maybe every couple days, and then whatever interests you, reach out, connect, help people. All right, so let's head back here. Yeah, so I guess in summary here, I will go ahead and post the code for the scraper to GitHub, and I'll probably drop this file somewhere that you can access it as well. And then we ran through an example here of something you can do to start going out there and canvassing. Again, as I said, if you are, if you're interested in doing this type of stuff, if you found this helpful, or if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can get in touch with me at kanuanalytics.com, KANU analytics.com, or connect with me on social media. really hope this helps you out, and I hope that this gets you a good start, or a continuation to building up your network, and also building up your monthly recurring revenue. All right, thanks.